I just got these clips right before I came to the studio to record. I was watching Fox Business News with Neil Cavuto, who does a great job. And he was interviewing the founder of Home Depot, right? He's a big Republican backer, the founder of Home Depot. And they were talking about about the Supreme Court decision. And here's what he said the business leaders are gonna do. Here's how the business leaders are going to respond to the healthcare decision.
From the businessman standpoint, I had lunch with a group of business people today. And when I got back, I spoke to other business people, and they all said the same thing. Look, we're not going to do anything. We're not moving. We're not going to hire any more people. We're not interested in creating.
Because of the taxes we're showing that roll in, or what?
Well, it's because of the total uncertainty of what's happening in Washington.
Okay, so there's the BS canard again of we're not going to hire anymore because of this health care bill, because of the uncertainty. But guess what? That you just got certainty. This health care bill is the law of the land. It's not going to be repealed. It is constitutional.
Although, I don't know if you might have this somewhere else, but Rand Paul, did you hear what he said?
No.
He said, just because a few people on the Supreme Court say it's not, that doesn't mean that it's constitutional.
You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
He totally said that.
Frank, where did you see that? You got to call me and tell me to get that. And so they have certainty now. So this bill that was passed 2 years ago has now been deemed constitutional. So there is certainty, and even Neil Cavuto recognizes that. But he doesn't want to step on this guy's toes too hard because he's got a lot of money, and Neil doesn't like to make those people uncomfortable. Here's what Neil Cavuto says to this guy. He kind of hedges and kind of says, you know what, though, there is certainty. What do you say to that now?
You like a sense of assurance or something that you know is coming down the pike. This was a big old question mark. I guess for the time being, Bernie, less of a question mark. But what do you make of that? That at least there's no doubt now.
So there it is. So at least there's no doubt now. There's no question mark. You guys wanted certainty. You got certainty, Bernie. And here's what the founder of Home Depot has to say back. The guy who says we're not going to hire anybody. Here's what he has to say. Now we have certainty.
Yeah, I would say that most business people are going on the basis that nothing is going to happen, that in fact Obamacare is going to be in. Look, if Romney is elected, he's got to have a Democratic House and he's got to have a Democratic Senate, a Republican House and a Republican Senate. If he doesn't have the Senate and the House, it's not going to be refuted.
So I don't know if you noticed, he's not answering the question. I don't know if you noticed that. So Neil Cavuto said, well, this whole canard that you guys have been saying about you got to have certainty, you got to have certainty. Well, now we do have certainty. There's no doubt. And he says, yes, we are accepting it's going to be Obamacare. So are you guys going to stop doing business? You guys aren't going to do business anymore. This whole idea that businessmen need certainty before they will invest their money, that's what risk is called. That's what business is all about, risk.
Right.
That's why you reward risk. That's why it's called risk. It's not I'm going to certainty my money. I'm going to risk my money in the business. Go ahead.
Besides, they're always hiring people outside of Home Depot. Every time I go there, somebody's standing around.
It's full of people.
I
trying to get jobs.
He makes business people sound so childish. We didn't win this mandate, so we're not going to hire anybody else. I don't care.
Customers come in and they want stuff, and we don't have enough people to wait on them. That's too bad.
Because, the service at Home Depot is...
We didn't even want to sell anything. That's how mad we are.
That's exactly, Frank, my point. That's exactly business. Again, it has nothing to do with certainty. It has nothing to do with uncertainty. It has nothing to do with the tax structure. It has to do with when businesses hire people when their demand goes up for their goods or services.
Right.
They hire people. They fire people when demand for their goods or services goes down. I think Franklin Delano Roosevelt understood this theory of economics was demand-side economics, was you put money into the pockets of working people. It creates a demand in the economy, and that creates a stronger economy.
Can't we all just celebrate the fact that the door is now open for us to be unable to afford health care?
Uncertainty causes rich people to buy more luxury items.
Uncertainty does.
And more houses and invest in foreign bank accounts, things like that.
Henry Ford understood this. Henry Ford understood that the guys who make my car have to be able to afford to buy the car, or we're not going to be able to sell enough cars to make a big company. And so
this has nothing to do with anything for this guy. if he has 40-hour-a-week employees, he's still required to give them health insurance.
Right.
He was yesterday. He is today. Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed.
But you know what? And he's saying that everything hinges on Romney getting elected. And Romney is kind of like right now a guy who saw Bruce Springsteen in a club when he first started performing. And now everybody else is talking about Bruce Springsteen, but he can't say, I was there first.
You mean with the healthcare?
With the healthcare, like he came up with all this stuff, and he can't admit it.
They really screwed themselves just because they hated Barack Obama. Instead of saying, "Look, we worked together, we got this healthcare done, we got it done on a Republican basis. We don't have to have a big government takeover." Like they could still paint Obama as a socialist.
That's a really good point. Is that if
they could have said, "Look, if we weren't there, we'd have socialism." But now we got real health care.
We've got
reform.
this moderate health care that we wanted, and it could have been a victory for them. That's a great point.
And Mitt Romney could run on this health care bill as opposed to Barack Obama, because they would say this isn't his health care bill. He wants to have Medicare. He wants the government to run it, and we saved you. I think they totally misplayed this one. They totally misplayed this one.
It's funny too that a Republican is trying to unseat somebody by hiding his Democratic past. And he wants to unseat a Democrat who just keeps acting like a Republican.
Yeah, boy!
And everybody already knows. Everybody already knows that Romney had the health care bill. Everybody's pretending that they don't know because if he denies it, it's like it never happened.
Right.